recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Gotmark76 this week, 1990.
Hello wrestling fans and welcome to another exciting edition of Gotmark76 this week 1990. We begin today's show with Big Sid Vicious taking on the Italian Stallion. And it was just the other week, 2 weeks ago at Capital Combat 90, the return of RoboCop, when the Skyscrapers reunited and Sid Vicious returned from injury, attacking Dr. Death Steve Williams. And Dangerous Dan Spivey, of course, at ringside, cheering on Big Sid Vicious. Our main event today features the World Heavyweight Champion Sting getting his hands on a member of the Four Horsemen. No, not Ric Flair, but Sting will be taking on Tully Blanchard in our main event. We will also see the fabulous Freebirds in action, as well as Beautiful Bobby and Steve Armstrong. So a lot of big program lined up for you today as Sid Vicious hammers away on the Italian Stallion. And if I am the Skyscrapers, I am keeping my eyes peeled for Dr. Death Steve Williams. He is going to want revenge for the attack with a steel chair at Capital Combat. And Sid throws in a big high back body drop by Sid Vicious. When that guy back body drops you, you go high in the air. He's 6 foot 8 inches. Off the ropes is Big Sid and drops the leg. Goes for the cover. Oh, but the Italian Stallion made it to the ropes. Too close to the ropes that time. And Sid Vicious hammering away with a series of right hands. We will also be hearing from Sting with some pre-recorded comments prior to the main event tonight, as he has a lot he wants to get off of his chest. Sid Vicious now looking to put away the Italian Stallion, has him up and slams him down with a choke slam. And Sid getting the fans at ringside pumped up, picks up the Stallion kick to the midsection, setting him up, and here comes the power bomb, and down goes the Italian Stallion. You can count to 20. This match is over. Your winner, Big Sid Vicious, here on World Championship Wrestling. Here are some, there are no highlights. So we will go to some pre-recorded comments made earlier today from the World Heavyweight Champion Sting. Don't go away, we'll be right back after this quick timeout. from Sting, who got a lot off of his chest and explained some of his actions. He said that a lot of people have been coming up to him asking how he could trust Ric Flair, and he said, when the man who has your back looks you in the eye and tells you nothing's wrong, you believe him. And I think we've all been there at one point in our lives. As the Fabulous Freebirds take on the team of Agent Steel and Otto. Otto started this match, didn't even make contact with the Freebirds before he tagged out to Agent Steel. And now Steel off the ropes, and Hayes, with a hip toss, takes Agent Steel up and over. And drops a knee across the chest of Agent Steel. The Fabulous Freebirds find themselves in a very personal feud with the Rock and Roll Express as Hayes goes to recover one, and a kick out at one by Agent Steel. And a chop fired back with a forearm and a punch in the midsection. And Agent Steel, and he reverses it and throws Hayes. Agent Steel going to make a tag to Otto, and wait, Otto jumps off the apron. And Otto going back to the locker room. What's going on here? Otto just left his partner. And now Jimmy Garvin takes down Agent Steel. This is a 2-on-1 match. And what we have questions here for Otto. But in the meantime, Agent Steel is left alone against the Fabulous Freebirds. And a belly-to-belly suplex, down goes Agent Steel. And this match has become something of an exhibition and a warm-up for the Freebirds. It's 2-on-1 against enhancement talent, let's be honest. But Agent Steel trying to make a comeback, takes over Jimmy Garvin, who knocks down Steel with a boot and elbow to the chest. And now setting him up for a neck breaker, and down goes Agent Steel. Wow, so Otto, when his partner needed a tag, just jumped off the apron and went back to the locker room. I guess Agent Steel wanted nothing to do with the Fabulous Freebirds. But Agent Steel trying to make a fight of it. And runs and misses as Garvin gets out of the way. And Agent Steel trying to fight back and make this a contest, but Jimmy Garvin just too much for the Masked Man. But the Masked Man fights back with a big left. And the drop kick by Jimmy Garvin takes down Agent Steel. Garvin now picks up Steel, throws him into the turnbuckle. And he's taunting him. He's telling him, make a tag. Make a tag. And he knows that his partner, Otto, walked out. And now Hayes having words with Garvin. Both of them joking. They think this is funny. And Garvin has a front face lock, sets him up, and there it is, a brain buster. And down goes Agent Steel. Agent Steel did not give up during this contest. He tried to fight valiantly 1-on-2, but that's going to do it with a brain buster. Your winners, the Fabulous Freebirds. Not much of a match after Agent Steel's partner left him high and dry. And here are some highlights from earlier in the contest. But that was it right there. The brain buster by Jimmy Jam Garvin takes care of Agent Steel. Fans, it was back at Capital Combat when Abdullah the Butcher turned his back on Norman the Lunatic and Mike Rotunda. Well, now those two look for revenge, as they'll be in action against Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher next. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this quick timeout. And here we go. The referee calls for the bell. This will be a Texas Tornado match. As Norman and Captain Mike look for revenge, it was Abdullah the Butcher who turned his back on those two men and Tommy Rich at Capital Combat. And there you see, wait a second here. A special report. The Great Muta is expected to miss several weeks of action. Oh, I think he was, yeah, there it is. We'll have more information next week. Fans, he was limping and taken to the back last week after his match with Nature Boy Ric Flair as Abdullah the Butcher goes for the cover, broken up by Norman. So we will have more on that situation next week, but the Great Muta expected to miss several weeks with an injury. And if I had to guess, it would have to be that leg that Nature Boy Ric Flair had that figure 4 locked in on as Abdullah goes for the cover and broken up. Up and over goes Rotunda. And hip toss back in by Cactus Jack. Abdullah the Butcher with a big chop on Norman. Takes Norman down. And Abdullah the Butcher working the leg of Norman as Cactus Jack with a knee to the back of Captain Mike. Then Rotunda fights back and takes down Cactus with a shoulder block. Now working the arm of Cactus Jack. As Norman takes down Abdullah. Norman now picking up Abdullah. And throws Abdullah up and over the top rope goes Abdullah the Butcher. Now he follows him out to the floor. There are no countouts in this match, so those two men battling on the outside, exchanging blows, as Rotunda has Cactus pinned to the ring, and a kick out at 1 by Cactus. Oh man, the referee, I give him credit for trying to keep control of this matchup, but Abdullah going after both Rotunda and Norman, and Rotunda hit a clothesline, barely stunned Abdullah, but the elbow may have, and Cactus just elbowed Norman. I think Norman has been busted open. An elbow to the side of the head he's busted open. And now Cactus picking up Norman for a pile driver and spikes him down. As Abdullah throws Rotunda over the top rope. And now Abdullah going to work on Norman the Lunatic. I don't know. This tag team of Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher is probably one of the oddest pairings I've ever seen. These guys, they're crazy. I'm going to say it. They're crazy. And now Cactus with a face plant DDT on Norman as Abdullah has Rotunda distracted on the outside. 2 and 3. And your winners, Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher. And the losing streak continues for Norman and Rotunda. And here are some highlights from earlier in the contest. But the odd pairing of Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher victorious today on World Championship Wrestling. And there's that faceplant DDT that put away Norman. Fans, our following contest will be Beautiful Bobby, one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions, taking on Steve Armstrong. Don't go away. And welcome back to World Championship Wrestling. The following contest will be a one-on-one match as Beautiful Bobby, being led to the ring by Jim Cornette, takes on one half of the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, Steve Armstrong. And here he comes to the ring, the newcomer to World Championship Wrestling. He and his partner, Tracy Smothers, have made their debut just a couple short weeks ago. And they won a shot at the U.S. Tag Team Championship in a collar and elbow tie-up. And Beautiful Bobby pushes Steve Armstrong against the ropes. Will we get a clean break? And we do. Another tie-up. And they go behind by Armstrong. But reversed by Beautiful Bobby. And taken down by Beautiful Bobby. Beautiful Bobby, known for his tag team wrestling, but he can wrestle in the ring individually as well. He was a former World Television title contender. Another collar and elbow tie-up. Steve Armstrong working the arm now of Beautiful Bobby, taking Bobby down to one knee, working the arm. These wild-eyed Southern boys can fly in the ring. And there's an example right there. A big forearm takes down Beautiful Bobby. And now a beautiful overhead suplex by Steve Armstrong. The Beautiful Bobby holding his lower back. He's in trouble. As Steve Armstrong going to work on the back of Beautiful Bobby. But Bobby fights back with a big right hand. And a big clothesline takes down Armstrong. I'm sure a victory by Steve Armstrong would put the wild-eyed Southern boys in that U.S. title contention with a neck breaker. Down goes Beautiful Bobby. Misses with a kick. And a roll-up from behind by Bobby. Has him pinned. 1, 2. And a reversal by Armstrong. 1, 2. And a reversal by Eaton Wade. He's holding the tights. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful Bobby with a handful of tights defeats Steve Armstrong, and that is the experience of Beautiful Bobby coming to play in this matchup. Watch this. Rolls up Steve Armstrong from behind. Has him pinned. Armstrong reverses it. Has Beautiful Bobby pinned. Bobby reverses that. And what we can't see here is that he has a handful of trunks. And your winner, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, 1/2 of the U.S. Tag Team Champions in Midnight Express. And wait, Beautiful Bobby's not done yet. He's going on the outside. Wait a second. He's grabbing a weapon from under the ring and nailing Steve Armstrong with it. We got to get some help out here. The referee calling for some help from the back. But nobody's coming in. A DDT on the floor. All fans, our main event is next as Sting takes on Tully Blanchard. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this quick timeout. And it is main event time as Sting takes on Tully Blanchard. This is a non-title matchup. And Sting, we heard earlier tonight, made a challenge to the Four Horsemen for the Clash of the Champions Coastal Crush. On June 15th, he wants a 4-on-4 elimination match as he wants to team up with the Junkyard Dog, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and he said the Great Muta, but we found out earlier tonight that the Great Muta will miss several weeks of action with a leg injury. We, of course, will have more information on that next week. But I don't think Sting cares. I think Sting will go 4-on-3 just to get his hands on the Horsemen, specifically Ric Flair, after turning his back on Sting at Capital Combat. And Sting in control with Tully Blanchard. A big elbow takes Tully down. Goes for the cover. Referee counts 1. And a kick out at 1 by Tully Blanchard. The Horsemen are full of momentum right now. They basically set up Sting. Tully Blanchard was in cahoots, obviously, all along with Ric Flair. And that match 2 weeks ago, they worked every body part of Sting to soften him up for Ric Flair. As Sting has a chair, and I don't blame him. Sting wants to attack all the Horsemen. And you notice it's not just Sting versus Tully. Arn and Ole with Woman are at ringside as well. As Tully tied up Sting and now dragging him to the center of the ring. He's going to go for the cover. Referee counts 1, 2, and a kick out by Sting. And Sting just wants to get his hands on Flair. He wants revenge. In the corner, Stinger splash in the corner! And Anderson up on the apron. Arn Anderson up on the apron, distracting the referee, as Sting would have probably gone for the cover. And now Sting has a Scorpion Deathlock. He turns him over, but Tully is in the ropes, and the referee breaks it. And Arn having words with Sting, distracting Sting, and that's allowing Tully to get back to his feet. And there is the Horseman, the numbers, working to their benefit. A backbreaker by Tully Blanchard takes Sting down. Sting making a comeback, clothesline up and over the top rope goes Tully Blanchard. And Anderson is taken out by Sting, and Ole's taken out by Sting. Sting going to work on all the Horsemen outside. Throws Ole into the ring post. And now Sting throws Tully into the ring. Sting getting a measure of revenge, going at your Arn, and a big clothesline takes down Arn. A knee takes down Ole. Sting taking on 3 members of the Horsemen. And now working back on Tully Blanchard in the ring. This is what Sting wants. He wants to get his hands on the 4 Horsemen. And Ric Flair is not here tonight. How convenient for that. As Sting firing away on Blanchard takes him down. Picks up Tully, reversal into the turnbuckle goes Sting. And now Tully picks up Sting. What's he have in mind here? Setting up Sting on the top turnbuckle. And a big chop and a kick by Sting. Another kick by Sting. Sting throws Tully into the turnbuckle. Runs, charges, Stinger splash, missed. This time it missed. And Tully now setting up Sting for a pile driver and spikes him down to the mat. It was throwing. He's going for the cover. Referee counts 1, 2, and 3. No, a kick out barely by Sting. It was 3 pile drivers by Ric Flair 2 weeks ago that put away Sting in Capital Combat. And 1 pile driver by Tully did not do the trick. Sting in the corner, Stinger splash again! Down goes Tully, this time Ole up on the apron. Ole distracting Sting, allowing Tully to get back to his feet. Oh, and now a Scorpion Death Drop by Tully, are you kidding me? The Horseman numbers distracting the referee and Sting at different moments in this match to get Tully Blanchard the advantage. Now Tully chopping Sting down to the mat. And Tully in control. Picks up Sting and drapes him across the top rope with a guillotine. And now Tully unbuckling that top turnbuckle pad. Stomping away on Sting. But Sting fights back with an elbow. And Sting throws Tully into the exposed turnbuckle. Sting in control now, but Blanchard picks up Sting. And again, another guillotine over the top rope. Tully picks up Sting, throws him into the turnbuckle. And a kick to the midsection. Blanchard going for a sunset flip and has him pinned. Sting's pinned 1. And a kick out at 1 by Sting. Goes for the cover again. Blanchard on top 1. Oh, and again a kick out at Sting. Sting kicking out but not using a lot of energy. Barely getting the shoulder up. Blanchard in control, but Sting with a kick to the midsection. Trying to make a comeback. Takes down Blanchard. Has a Scorpion. Turns him over, locked in. Can Tully make it to the ropes? Can Tully escape? No, he cannot. And Tully Blanchard taps to the Scorpion. And your winner, Sting. Sting able to overcome the odds. It was a distraction left and right by the 4 Horsemen at ringside. Arn Anderson and Ole. It got to the point where Sting went outside and took care of Ole and Arn Anderson. And here are some highlights from the contest. And wait a second, Sting has his hands raised, but Blanchard having words with Arn at ringside, and there's a clothesline by Tully! Takes down Sting! Paul Orndorff and JYD are not here! We just saw that the Great Muta has been out injured! And Blanchard calling in reinforcements! Flair's not here! But Arn Anderson and Barry Windham are in right on cue! Anderson and Windham in the ring, it's a 3-on-1 attack on Sting, and there's nobody here to save him! But wait a second, there is! The total package in the ring! Lex Luger coming to the end of Sting! I can't believe it, fans! We're running out of time, but Lex Luger has saved Sting! Oh man, I can't believe it! We'll see you next week! Goodbye, everybody!